Where is it? There it is. Alright. So yeah. Last time, this is where we left off. The trial before everything went wrong, but this is basically where the audio started to go missing. So, yay! So just for funsies, I'm gonna go through it again one more time. And by the way, I'm not sure if it's going to appear that much, or if it's going to appear on the next few Danganronpa streams, because there's a few stuff that goes on in my computer when we do that, when we share screen and shit like that. So yeah, I'm not sure, but that's besides the point. And again, I read all these lines before. When I was doing it at trade. So I'm not gonna read these lines again. But now we're gonna have to lie about something.
I met with Ryoma the previous night.
What a load of crap!
Maki only see Ryoma at night?
Yes, I didn't meet with anyone else.
Okay.
Did anyone see those two together?
I cannot lie. Alright, right?
Surely they would have come forward already.
I mean, I cannot agree
No
with
one
that
can
line,
prove that the...
Right? There we go.
I'll reveal the truth.
Easy. I mean, we're supposed to lie here anyway.
I might not be able to prove they met, but I can prove Maki wasn't alone.
Yeah.
Oh? Please explain.
1 second.
Well, Kaito and I train together every night. Well, Kaito...
Okay. I can actually hear the game on stream. That's good. That's wonderful. That means I'm not gonna have to shit myself again.
And yesterday, because of the insect meet and greet, we started late. Huh?
And obviously we're gonna go through this faster this time.
Ah, Kaito, don't worry. You don't have to say anything. Anyway, we were doing some frog squats on the school stairs when we heard two people talking.
People talking?
We knew one of them was Maki, but we couldn't pick out the other one.
Something I always keep forgetting is that sometimes the characters tend to... Actually, that's on maximum. Whoops. This'll do. Sorry. I know.
But
Annoying.
now that I think about it, it must have been Ryoma.
What?
I just wish the English was louder.
Yeah, maybe. That was probably around midnight.
The suspect is real.
Wait a minute! If you heard their voices, then that means...
So Ryoma and Maki did meet up.
No, hold up! Why'd you sit on that info for so long?
Because until just now, I didn't think it was relevant. I had no reason to bring it up.
Now. We don't know if Maki was really talking to Ryoma, right?
That is true. If I knew for certain, I would have said so sooner. But considering the circumstances, I can't imagine it being anyone but Ryoma.
I really wish there was the option to not tell any lies at all.
None of us were talking to Maki last night, correct? So it must have been him.
And nobody say you suddenly remember talking to Maki. It's way too late for that.
But it would appear lying is necessary in order to reach the truth.
And you two did not confirm who Maki was talking to at the time?
Now we too busy doing squats.
If I overheard a conversation in the middle of the night, I surely would have checked.
Yeah, but that's you.
We are still part of a killing game after all.
Meh.
Whoa, chill out. Why the scary face? That was my bad, but it's not really manly to eavesdrop, you know? I wouldn't do something so uncool.
Uncool.
Anyway, I know that we heard those voices. Maki is not lying.
Then Gonta will believe friends.
Thanks, Gonta.
You're gonna believe him? Just like that?
Can you prove that I'm lying?
But Shuichi has no reason to lie.
I wonder what happens when you find all the points in the game where you can lie.
Yes. If his lie leads us to the wrong culprit, he will join us in eternal sleep.
I will redo this game with the option of lying everywhere when I can, because I want to see what happens in that case.
Unless he wishes for death, we should be able to believe him.
Indeed.
That's right. You can believe me.
Where's Oma? What's he thinking?
Yeah, you're right. I'll believe him too. Belief shall set you free.
I'd be so surprised if Shuichi was a liar. Especially after we believed him for so long. We wouldn't be able to trust anyone anymore. Well, it's not like he's lying anyway.
You smug little bastard. He so knows.
All right,
Every
that
time.
proves it then. Ryoma was still alive during nighttime.
I haven't progressed in the story ever since then, by the way, but I did go back to a few places in the game to check some
In other
stuff
words,
out.
me and Maki aren't suspects anymore.
But I guess that means everyone's alibis no longer matter, yes?
Yeah?
So, everyone is culprit again?
Yeah, back to square one.
So, we're right back where we started. What a pain.
I miss Kaede. I really do. Kaede.
However,
Got it.
it should be clear now that the crime occurred after nighttime began.
But then when was Ryoma's body placed inside the piranha tank?
Well, the gym is locked at nighttime, so it must have been the next morning. But
Still could have been nighttime.
That's not possible. Himiko and I were at the gym, remember?
And I'm only saying that because I only completed it. And if you didn't see it already, no game audio, then shame on you.
So did we fuck up by thinking the body got stuffed into the piranha tank?
I don't think so. We have evidence to prove that's what happened.
Then when did the culprit throw the body into the piranha tank?
The only time they could have done it was during nighttime, huh?
Thanks, Kaito.
Did you forget the gym's not open at nighttime, dick cheese?
Dick cheese?
But that's the only possibility, because by morning we were already at the gym.
it may be possible they slipped by without you noticing.
No one can slip by me. I'm known far and wide as the snoozing sorceress.
That would just mean you were asleep the whole time.
What a terrible title for a guard.
Good old Monokuma. Man, I really wish I hadn't gone on that kind of hiatus. Well, I don't know. I just really wasn't feeling up this stuff. And I didn't want to bring my downing mentality to you guys.
Are you positive that you did not see it? You cannot enter the gym at nighttime.
I just really don't want to be gloomy over here.
Himiko would have seen it. She might strike out, but she always keeps her eye on the ball.
As the game makes me gloomy with its actual story.
I don't even play baseball.
But we can't disobey school rules, right? The body was probably moved in the morning.
Calm down, everyone! Gonta sure if we discuss disagreement.
Oh, that's it. Screenshot time.
I see through your arguments. Disagreement?
Sorry. I know I have a bad habit of screenshotting things during the stream.
What?
Especially with
A
Danganronpa.
disagreement? You mean you're split down the middle again?
Indeed.
Then the Ultimate Academy is proud to present its very own more phenomenal
gotta do that whole crazy thing again?
Yep, and you know what that means. I'm not slipping by that opportunity. Seems like our opinions are split in this matter, but if we focus on the evidence, the facts will become clear. All I have to do is show them and make them accept it. If I can get them to see the truth now, my life would have been for nothing. I won't fail. Split opinion. Also, thanks to Discord, the last time. Actually.
Did the culprit move the body just before the morning announcement?
Angie!
I was in front of the gym with the others, before the announcement.
I hope I don't fuck up.
Is it not possible you simply missed the culprit?
Himiko!
We were right in front of the door. There's no way we could have missed them.
Remember, the rules state that you can't enter the gym at night.
Kaito!
Rules probably don't apply to corpses, you know.
The piranha tank is too far from the gym's entrance.
I got this! You might be able to reach the tank from the window above the stage.
But pool next to gym also off limits at night.
Maki!
Entering the pool at night's what's off limits, not the pool area itself.
Alright.
But should we trust Maki's testimony in the first place?
Tenko!
It's okay, because we have Shuichi's testimony too!
Done.
This is our answer!
And there it is.
It's true that you cannot enter the gym at nighttime, but a corpse could. I am positive that the window was how the culprit moved the body.
That window's higher than the piranha tank, and it's pretty close by. Curtains might have been closed, but the window was open the whole investigation.
That means it was certainly possible to put the body in the piranha tank from the window.
However, I'm also positive the pane dividing the piranha tank was set up beforehand.
That certainly couldn't be tossed in. It would need to be placed carefully.
Even if the culprit were to throw the body from outside the window, the window is far too high. It cannot be reached from the floor.
Ryoma was small. Gonta could have chucked him easy.
But they didn't do it.
Yes, but Gonta wouldn't do that. Gentlemen not chuck dead bodies.
I like the certainty in his voice.
Being a gentleman has nothing to do with it!
How dare you?
I know! They used the ladder in the gym! You tested it out while you were investigating, Shuichi. That ladder reached the window, right?
You still would have had to be inside the gym.
So the culprit just needed to put the body through the window to pull it off, right?
No, I don't think that nothing is possible because the ladder doesn't reach the window anyway.
That's it!
It was on top of the tank.
The only reason the ladder reached the window was because it was on the stage. If you used the ladder on the pool side, it would not quite make it.
I will admit though,
The ladder could barely reach the window when it was on the stage.
I kind of forgot how this trial went down the last time anyway, so it's kind of like I'm playing it for the first time, so it's kind of nice. But it's not the same.
And there is nothing on the pool side of the gym as tall as the stage.
Similar though.
Finally, the ladder was found in the gym, correct?
Yeah.
If the culprit used the ladder on the pool side, we wouldn't have found it in the gym.
And they couldn't have thrown the ladder back through the window because it's too heavy.
Unless it's Gonta, but then again, he wouldn't do that.
Then Gonta used his hard strength to throw the ladder or the body or something.
No.
Gentlemen not throw dead bodies. Or ladders.
Gentlemen do throw manholes covers, though.
The body could not have been thrown into the piranha tank to begin with. It would need to be placed carefully to prevent the glass pane from shifting.
Got it, Musclehead? Even if we injected tons of steroids into you, it'd be impossible.
Sorry, you're right.
You didn't need to apologize, Gonta.
Yeah.
How the culprit moved the body from the window. Ha! You guys don't even know that? What a bunch of dimwits.
Come on, Kaito.
Do you have the answer then?
But of course.
You're gonna pass it to me.
Tell him, Shuichi. Blow him all away with the truth.
We don't know the truth, dumbass.
I actually don't know that yet.
What?
The culprit definitely moved the body through the window, but I don't know how.
Seriously?
We haven't explored all the possibilities yet, and that's why we don't know. But we're gonna figure it out anyway, Kaito.
Serves you right! You just made a fool out of yourself after acting all high and mighty! Dudes just need to shut up and take their licks!
What are we gonna do, Shuichi? We gotta figure this out or we're done for.
I never heard the saying, take that looks. I mean, it's the second time I hear it from her, but it still doesn't make sense to me.
Hey, you gotta do something, Shuichi!
Well, you also gotta do something, Kaito.
I know. I have to do something, but...
You might be my best bro, but you still have to do something. Don't know what to do, haven't figured that out yet. Come on.
I don't think it really matters how the body got into the piranha tank.
Gonta thinks it matter. We won't know culprit's trick unless we figure out.
We're getting sidetracked. It doesn't matter how it was done, just who did it.
We're gonna figure out how they did it anyway.
We shouldn't focus on where we found the body.
But how it got there?
Instead, we need to focus on where he was killed.
Wait, I'm a moron. I'm playing this for the second time and still... Nah, typical. Typical Pixelon. As expected from your favorite moron. I'm not really your favorite.
Where he was killed?
Wouldn't it be more efficient if we focused on the murder scene instead?
Yes, that's it. We were so caught up in where the body was found, when we should have been thinking about where the murder occurred.
The murder scene would definitely have more clues about the culprit. Why didn't anyone realize this yet? That's strange.
Perhaps the culprit steered the conversation away from that topic.
Then, culprit is someone in this room.
That was obvious from the very beginning. That's important to remember. It's not as if everyone here wants us to find the truth. I just realized that was the panning where it just goes around and around. It's my favorite camera shot in the whole game, and I just... I want to see more of it.
Well then, let's discuss the crime scene to figure out who the culprit is.
Regret!
That's not a bad idea for a robot. The last time I heard such a good idea was when Nino told me to move in with her under the bridge to get out of the cold.
Himikawa under the bridge?
But... Determine the source that they can determine how it ended.
Thank you, Maki. That was a helpful insight.
Oh yeah.
I can't believe you didn't notice that. I guess that's why you're still an apprentice.
It's not such a big thing to frown upon. I don't think so.
First, let's establish the crime scene.
Wasn't it the dorm room? Ryoma was relaxing in his room when we got attacked.
But the cause of death was drowning. There's nothing in his room that could collect enough water.
He's got a toilet, doesn't he?
Drown in toilets? Impossible!
Impossible.
We should consider places where water is stored.
The only place that fits is the pool.
Doesn't.
That's wrong! The pool could not have been the scene of the murder. Ryoma was killed at nighttime.
Oh yeah.
No swimming is allowed at nighttime, so a living person could not have gone in.
Yep, a dead body is fine because it's just an object. But if a living person entered the pool, I think I might cry.
Is that all?
Cry as loud as you want. I'll cry with you. We can spend the night together crying.
How romantic.
In the morning after, I'll write goodbye on your mirror in lipstick before I quietly leave.
Not sure if romantic or creepy.
Only after you leave do I realize how much you really mean to me.
Quit being so gloomy. This is the year of the Jets. Fuck the Patriots.
Didn't the Patriots win though? Isn't that what happened?
Anyway, we can conclude it's impossible for him to have drowned in the pool.
Where was Ryoma killed if not pool?
I can't remember.
Is there other place where water can be stored?
Yeah. I'm looking for that. There we go.
This is it!
Okay.
The sink in Ryoma's lab. There were distinct scratch marks on it.
Scratch marks on the sink?
And
That's a
I
pretty
believe
big
those
sink.
scratches were caused by... This is it!
There we go.
The handcuffs. They were scratched as well, correct?
Oh yeah, sort of looked like they'd been scraped against something.
There's also the fact that the handcuffs were from Ryoma's lab.
At first it was misleading, because when I first played it, I thought it was the piranhas that bit
The
it.
marks in the sink came from the handcuffs in the same room. The size and shape of the scratches are consistent with the handcuffs, I'm sure.
How did those handcuffs get from the lab to the water tank?
Because Ryoma was wearing them, right?
Yes, though they were only visible for a brief moment when Ryoma appeared in the tank. I am certain he was wearing the handcuffs at the time.
Bonehead.
The handcuffs were left after the piranhas devoured Ryoma.
Here's a crack.
So the culprit handcuffed Ryoma and drowned him in his lab sink.
Wonder why.
Ryoma must have been pretty yummy. They chopped up his entire body. Arms, legs, brain.
Saying disgusting things! I don't want to hear it!
That crunchy texture with the fatty parts just right. Then when they bite down, it gushes.
Stop! Please stop!
But how did culprit handcuff Ryoma? He could have used Shikuchi method to get away, unless someone ambushed him?
It's possible they knocked him out before handcuffing him.
Or, you know, some other method.
Though there's no way we can be sure, now that he's not but bones.
I doubt he was ambushed. I'm pretty sure the culprit got Ryoma by... whoops. Don't pay attention to little old me. I'm just talking to myself.
When you talk to yourself, Pretend you're eating and chew with your mouth closed. Otherwise, you'll get a mouthful of peanut butter squid. It's so disgusting you'll laugh.
This thing doesn't make sense to me.
So we all agree Ryoma was drowned in the sink in his lab, right?
Explain this anyway.
That sink could have held enough water to do it for sure.
Yep.
All right, I'm calling it. The crime scene is Ryoma's fucking research lab.
Not the fucking research lab.
But how did the culprit carry his body to the gym from there?
Magic.
Isn't Ryoma's lab on the 3rd floor of the academy?
It's actually not far at all.
Cool.
Although, perhaps it's more accurate to say there's a shortcut.
Was there a shortcut?
Didn't notice it. There's the window. There's the window.
The shortcut is the window in Ryoma's lab.
The window?
That's right. None of the windows in this school open. Except the one in Ryoma's lab. And on top of that, the window faced the pool. You could see the gym straight across.
Do you think the culprit dropped Ryoma's body into the pool area from the lab window?
No.
Then they could have thrown the body into the piranha tank through the gym window.
No.
How's that? Mission complete!
Your explanation contradicts some things we discussed earlier. The gym window was too high to reach from the poolside, even if one used the ladder.
That's right! I apologize! I must go on a journey to reflect on this!
Don't think Monaco will excuse you.
We keep hitting dead ends, since we don't know how the body was thrown into the gym.
Well, that didn't really give us any info about the crime.
Not necessarily. We learned a lot of important information. Now that I'm sure the scene of the crime was Roma's lab, the case has become clear. Determine how the body got from the crime scene to where it was found. I have to figure out how to get from the 3rd floor window to the gym. I then have to analyze the most possible methods and find the most likely. Psych taxi. Ugh. I already explained this the last time. Yeah. There you go. That is convenience. Done. Back to the old familiar. I already have the other car, but I don't like it. I like this Mustang much more. And yes, the other one is faster by like 100 extra kilometers, but I just don't like it. It's big, it's bulky, I just like the Mustang. So I might just stick with this car in Psych Taxi until the end anyway. Ow. The body was brought from lab window. 3 phases, basic. I wonder if we could do both targets. Or escorts. That'll do. The diamond is not even going. But have like good heart to actually start going. I got like 2 letters before it even started going. What is that? That's so like unfair towards the game. And even the hardest difficulty. How is that even possible? Oh, I already got them. Okay. But it was brought to the gym from gym window. Bam! One more answer and we'll be done with this. Oh, good. Okay, next question. I forgot how long it is. Also, I already got the Monochrome plushie from this. So I don't need to look out for it anymore. Okay. I wish you could look back. This is where the Magma Push is on right. If you're looking for it, but haven't found it yet. But it's almost been a year since the game came out, so you know. What are you doing if you haven't found it yet? Alright, maybe you're just holding up for a sale. I don't know. Don't know. From window to window. I'm sorry for being presumptuous.
It connects.
It connects really quietly, but really, guys, it does.
I've got it! Ryoma's body was moved directly from his lab to the gym.
Ooh, I'm getting hungry. It's been 3 hours.
Directly? Don't tell me they threw the body from window to window. I mean, we're talking about a body. It's not like tossing a baseball, you know.
Yeah.
No, I don't believe he was thrown. But perhaps another way.
What do you mean another way? There's no other way to move it.
The culprit must have used some kind of equipment.
Huh? Equipment?
This is a pretty good trial, actually.
With this equipment, they can connect the two windows and move the body to the gym.
At first I wasn't sure. Because equipment to connect the windows, I believe it was found near the body. Because... my god.
There!
Because I thought nothing could top guide this trial.
The rope found behind the gym stage could have been used to connect the windows.
I still believe that it didn't exactly top it. Like, I don't think Grandpa's gonna top this trial, at least for me. If you think that's a better trial than that, then more power to you. But I just like her way too much to not put her trial as number 1.
Oh, there was a mysterious mystery about that rope that only Atua can reveal.
But after like a whole month of thinking
What
and shit,
mysterious mystery?
this trial feels really good as well.
During last night's preparations for the show, that rope was in the wing of the stage.
I just love V3, man.
But the next morning, the rope had been moved backstage for some reason.
I don't think I ever had any troubles with V3, except for, you know, Death Road of Freaking Despair.
It's a mysterious mystery. Only Atua knows the answer.
Which I will complete, by the way, in due time. Because I am not giving up on that wank. I have gotten to the end section, I just don't have enough characters alive yet.
So, during nighttime, someone used the rope, then threw it into the gym window?
I just need a lot more practice. And then I'll be able
So
to
they
finish it.
did use the rope! That's how they bridged the distance between both windows!
Is the rope long enough to reach both windows?
No.
The rope is roughly 65 feet in length. As for the distance between the windows,
I mean, yes, but, you know.
according to the sign at the pool, the width of the pool is roughly 35 feet. And the distance from the edges of the pool to the windows is an additional 16 feet.
Which makes for 51 feet.
Altogether, the sum total length from one window to the other is roughly 50 feet.
And pool is only thing between research lab and gym windows.
You bet it's long enough. That's what she said.
That's what she said, joke.
Wait, who said that?
Even if the rope was long enough, wouldn't it be pretty hard to tie them to the windows?
Both windows were too high to reach. It would be like tying a rope from one cliff to another.
If the windows were closer together, then they could toss the rope across. But they're not.
No, Gonta think it would work. Just need one more rope.
Clever boy.
Another rope. There was only one though.
That's where you're wrong.
Oh, then it impossible. Sorry.
Impossible. I love them. There was another rope. Where is it? There it is. Tennis net cable.
This is it! The tennis net cable from Ryoma's lab could serve as a rope.
How long is it?
About 50 feet or so. But how do they use it?
Okay, so... First, culprit hang rope outside of one window. Then, culprit move to other side
Yeah?
and tie cable to other window. Then, after tying to each window, culprit tie rope and cable together. That how culprit make one rope that reach both windows.
Gonta is a lot more smarter than he
Wow,
thinks.
that's
than he
amazing,
seems to be
Gonta. You're
at
so
first.
knowledgeable.
It's nothing. Gonta use ropes a lot when looking for bugs.
Even if they did connect the windows with a rope, they can't carry a body on just that.
Eureka! I got it!
My god.
Thomas Edison once said that genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration.
Okay.
But in my case, it's 100% inspiration!
Go ahead.
We get it. Just tell us already.
They handcuffed the body to the rope and slid it from one window to the other, like Tarzan!
Just checking if the stream still has audio.
The body would reach the gym window, but it wouldn't land in the piranha tank. Stop making such dumbass comments and keep your smelly breath in your dirty mouth.
Ah, that actually did sound like Tarzan.
Tarzan? But they also had to put the body in the piranha tank after they moved it, huh?
Not a problem.
That is not feasible with just one rope.
2 ropes. It's
Maybe
possible.
the rope wasn't the only equipment the culprit used.
Or just a rope.
Well, anyway, it would have been pretty difficult to get that body in the piranha tank. They wouldn't just throw it. The trick was a super crucial part of the culprit's plan. The culprit must have carefully placed the body into the tank with their own hands. But is there really a way to do that?
Kokichi, are you hinting at something?
He's such a son of a bitch, I love him.
Huh? Hint? What hint? Don't confuse me with your talk of hinting hints.
You're confusing me. You were definitely onto something. It's true that the culprit needed to place the body directly into the piranha tank. If the body were to fall, the culprit would have not been able to retrieve it. They would have only had one shot at it, no second chances. So obviously the culprit would have wanted to put the body in the tank carefully. Meaning they would have wanted to get as close to the window as possible. The problem is, how did they get near it? All that we know right now is that there was a rope that connected the windows. Somehow, the culprit used that to move the body and were close to the window themselves. To make that work, they had to have used something else. What would that be? What could I have done?
All right, Shuichi. The stage is finally set.
God fucking
What?
damn it.
Listen up. Do a good job here, and I'll be able to put an end to this trial.
I did love this shot.
It all starts with you. You be the opening act, and I'll be the main event. And then together, we're gonna save everyone.
Together?
You got this. After all, you are my sidekick. I believe in you, so I'm gonna leave the rest to you.
Yeah.
Oh, inspirational. Good lad. Okay, I can do this. Solve this mystery and show everyone the truth. This is the main event. No, you're just the opening act. Something was used with the rope to move the body between the windows. Hangman's Gambit. Oh, good. I forgot what are my keys. I need an R. R O B E. I need the W. Sorry. Roleplay. I knew it was roleplay, I just couldn't find the right pattern. The first time it was really confusing because I never heard that
That's
before.
it. The culprit used something like a ropeway to move the body.
Man, it feels like I'm doing DR1 and 2 again. Because I don't know what's
A
happening.
ropeway, huh? Are you sure about that?
It's a good thing I already explained this is the first time on stream. Otherwise I
Wow,
don't
you
remember.
got drain damage or something?
Drain damage. I never saw. I must have not been paying attention when that line was said. That is the thing that I'm looking for. There it is.
You'd need some kind of vessel to use on a ropeway, and we don't have that!
There was a vessel and mine. Imagination excavation. This is an easy game. Yeah, I got that. I really like this game mode, minigame. I think I like all the minigames in this game actually, even Hangman's Gambit. It's not the same bullshit. Oh god, are you the thing I'm looking for? Ah, fuck you are. That's not good. That's definitely not good. Ah, come on. There was no way for me to save that. Ah, fuck. Oh, shit. That's sad.
I see it.
I took it off some time, but you know, it doesn't really lose health for me.
It's the inner tube. The rubber inner tube we found floating in the pool.
It's a good thing I didn't want me to name it.
Remember the inner tube we found in the pool with a rope on one side? Maybe the rope was originally tied on both sides. The culprit made a ropeway by hanging the tube from the rope connecting the windows. And because the third floor window is higher up, gravity would have pushed the inner tube along. The inner tube is made of sturdy rubber as well. It could have supported two people.
Especially if one of them was Ryoma.
The culprit used the ropes and the inner tube to construct a rudimentary ropeway, and used it to move themselves and Ryoma's body from the lab to the gym. Once through the gym window, the culprit stood on the inner tube to move the body. Either that, or the culprit placed their foot on the windowsill. That way would be more stable and let them handle the corpse more carefully. Finally, they removed the rope from the window frame and left the scene.
Well, when you put it like that, it certainly sounds possible. But wow, a ropeway!
You say the culprit placed their foot on the windowsill. Isn't that against school rules? It would count as entering the gym, would it not?
Last time we got asked that question, we decided it was okay. Sticking your body through the window is an automatic out, but standing on the sill is...
Wait, who asked you last time?
Eh?
He fucked up.
It is quite possible that the culprit went to you to confirm the details of their plan.
Oh, shit!
Way to put your foot in your mouth.
Foot in your
His
mouth.
foot! Monosuke just unhinged his jaw and swallowed his entire leg!
My god.
Cut it out! I can't write this off as a joke if you two keep freaking out about it.
Then your little slip-up is actually the truth!
Oh shit.
Pops?
Pops is mad. Pops is gonna kill child.
Uh-oh! Daddy's mad at you now!
No, Dad, no.
Huh?
Don't look at me. This is what you get for acting like a big shot all the time.
Stop. Do not bully Monosuke.
Huh?
No more blaming each other. Everybody makes mistakes. I want us all to get along.
Was that always his sprite on like bottom right? Was that the same mugshot that he had in the first trial and you know everywhere else? Because I swear it's different. How did I never notice that before if it is actually different and I'm not just making up shit? Because it's not the usual shot like Monosuke's and the others.
Monodom's right!
Because that's just a normal default
Monosuke,
mugshot.
you better thank Monodum. Less attitude and more gratitude. Got it?
Man, the trial was just getting fun. Why you gotta ruin it with that slip-up? But I guess now we know Shuichi's logic is right on the money.
Hell yeah.
So culprit really used ropeway to move body?
Yeah, they used the ropeway to move with the body from window to window.
Ropeway murder? Some crazy-ass shit! But if the mechanism was that complicated, wouldn't it be hard to put it all away?
They could
Not necessarily. All one must do is detach the rope from the window after using the ropeway. Then, after returning to Ryoma's lab, one could retrieve the rope from that side. Tossing the rope into the gym from the pool window would be the final step.
I see! The rope was thrown from the window! That's why we found it there!
Yeah.
With that method, the culprit must have made numerous trips from Ryoma's lab to the pool.
Which is why the crime was committed during nighttime, while we all slumbered.
But if the culprit was so careful to recover the rope they used to commit the crime, why did they leave the inner tube in the pool?
They couldn't retrieve it. They fucked up.
I believe that was an accident.
An accident?
Yes. When the culprit was taking down the inner tube, they accidentally dropped it.
Then why did the culprit leave it in the pool?
The water was too shallow. They couldn't reach it. Plus, it was nighttime anyway.
That's it!
You couldn't enter the water.
Even if they wanted to get it, they couldn't, because this took place at nighttime.
And that's why the shallow part comes in.
I see. They couldn't get the inner tube because swimming is prohibited at nighttime.
But couldn't they have used the rope to fish it out?
Nah.
Not necessarily. You see, the water level in that pool is so low. Even if one tried to draw in the inner tube using the rope, the steep angle the rope would be at would make it nigh impossible.
It'd be different if they used a pole, but there's no way a rope would work.
Even if inner tube was closer to pool edge, water's still too low to drag tube in.
Yeah.
Sounds like a lot of work. I can see why they just left it there.
That's not what they left it there, though.
Yeah, it would take too long. And they would have been busted if someone saw them.
That could have been the reason, though.
Ha! What kind of clumsy dipshit drops an inner tube and can't retrieve it?
One that you wouldn't expect.
Let me tell you, this culprit's a real fucking amateur!
No, actually. Save for that one mistake, this was the perfect crime.
If Maki had never met up with Ryoma at nighttime, it might have been the end for us.
Yep.
Well, I still don't know if Maki is telling the truth or not.
Because you're a lying piece of shit.
Shut up. Personally, I find this culprit frighteningly thorough. Such a bold, beautiful plan. I never even imagined there was a ropeway. Oh, respect begins to bloom in my heart for this wonderfully cruel culprit.
What are you, stupid? Don't respect the culprit.
They kind of deserve it, though. No, respecting the culprit's intelligence is crucial in solving this case. We're so close. Just one step away from the truth.
Now, we just need to figure out who the culprit is.
Easy.
But of course, it would be pointless to unravel this mystery otherwise.
So, who is it?
Looks like it's time for me to start the main event.
Heyo.
But my sidekick here is on a roll right now, so I'll let him take this one.
Ah, thanks. You're a real pro.
Okay.
You're just pushing everything onto Shuichi because you don't know yourself.
How dare you?
Well, Shuichi, do you already know who the culprit is?
Yes, I have a good idea of who the culprit is.
Hey, Shuichi, are you hesitating again?
Kind of. I don't like it. Because I know who it is. It made me sad the first time. Now you're just gonna make me mad if I'm being honest.
Come on, man, there's no need for that. Like I said, you're my sidekick. I take responsibility for any mistakes my sidekick makes.
Really?
So use those skills of yours I believe in to shove the truth down their throats.
You believe in my detective skills?
That's right! I'm gonna leave it all to you, Shuichi!
Their motive might just be too overwhelming for you guys, though. Not you, for viewers. No, I'm talking about these. How many? 13? 12 assholes? And the suspect is Kiryu.
It has to be you!
So super sad.
There's one more thing I still have to confirm. But Kirumi is the prime suspect.
Me?
Yep.
What? Kirumi?
Yep.
Oh, so Kirumi is the culprit!
That is not yet a certainty. Let us hear her testimony first.
Is this true, Kirumi?
I cannot believe you would suspect me.
Really?
If that is the case, then I will have to deny it. I will not let you make the wrong choice.
for you or wrong for us?
The wrong choice?
If you do believe it is me, are you prepared to stand by that decision? I will refute your accusations with all my might, for everyone's sake.
Gives me the chills, man. No. Just to keep it the same as it was the first time.
I, of course, am not the culprit.
I'm gonna have to lie
The
because that's what I
crime
did
was
the
committed
first
at
time.
nighttime. And you have no alibi, do you?
I don't remember what I
An
did to
alibi
lie.
for nighttime? I believe most of us do not have one.
I have evidence that proves you're the culprit.
Do you think we would fall for such nonsense?
The trick relied on complex mechanisms to work. But someone like you could be skilled enough to pull it off.
Preposterous. That could have been done by anyone.
I was wrong!
I, of course, am not the culprit.
The crime was committed at nighttime. And you have no alibi, do you?
An alibi for nighttime? I believe most of us do not have one.
Got it.
I'll reveal the truth. Maybe we can't prove everyone's alibi, but we can still pinpoint the culprit.
How so?
Last night, Kaito and I heard Maki speaking with Ryoma. But I haven't mentioned what happened after. Kirumi, any thoughts?
Did you return to your respective dorm rooms?
Yes, we did. But I couldn't fall asleep, so I was awake until morning, which allowed me to hear a certain sound in the night.
A certain sound?
Last night, I heard the sound of someone leaving their room and exiting the dorm. And after some time, I heard the sound of them returning.
Could it have been the culprit? But all you heard was a sound? That doesn't mean you know who made it.
Indeed, it doesn't. But I didn't hear the sound of someone going down the stairs. Which must mean that whoever left has a room on the first floor. No one on the second floor left the dorm that night.
So everyone on the second floor has an alibi? You cannot determine the culprit with just that.
Oh yes, I can.
On the contrary, once we rule out the second floor, we know who the culprit is. Because preparing the ropeway required time to be spent in the gym. It's extremely likely that the culprit helped set up the magic show. In short, Himiko, Angie, Kaito, or Kirumi.
Only Kirumi has a
I
room
see.
on the first
So
floor.
among the four, the only one with a room on the first floor of the dorms is...
Kirumi.
Yes, only Kirumi.
Wasn't very elegant, but my lie was certainly plausible. Will I buy it?
You heard a sound, huh? Well, I hear a load of BS. But unfortunately for you, Kirumi, your time's up. We already know you're the only one capable of setting all this up.
He's actually sticking with it, which always surprises me. Then again, I suppose he does want to stay alive.
Right, Shuichi?
Right, Kokichi. Well, that was an unexpected assist.
Right. The only person who could have prepared this murder is Kirumi. Well, the preparations in the gym in any case.
And why do you believe that?
Before the culprit could put the body into the tank, several steps needed to be taken.
Like tying the rope to the gym window and putting a partition in the piranha tank.
That's right. Ryoma's body entered the gym from the window, but that required preparation. That could only have been done when Kirumi was by herself in the gym before nighttime.
But Kirumi was alone in the gym for only like 5 minutes.
Not enough time for the whole murder, but enough time to set it up. Enough time to tie the rope on the window frame and put the pain in the piranha tank.
This is my selfless devotion.
Oh boy.
While I do understand where you are coming from, I assure you this is just
This trial is surprisingly long.
a part of your petty imagination. An empty theory created from nihilism.
Nihilism. How dare you?
If it were solely the rope and partition, I suppose 5 minutes might be enough time. I accept that. However, the crux of your argument is not but a guess. You continue to force the facts to conform to your misguided narrative. When you consider that the crux of your argument is faulty, your entire case falls apart.
Alright.
What do you mean by crux of the argument? How is it just a guess?
I am referring to the rope. Now, with that rope, it is possible to reach the gym window from the 3rd floor window, but there is no evidence
to indicate this had happened.
In other words, it is just a guess. And then you add assumptions and hearsay to that guess. It is nothing more than deception.
This is the conclusion we reached together. It's not just a guess. I have evidence on my side and I'll show it.
I am referring to the rope. Now, with that rope, it is possible to reach the gym window from the 3rd floor window. But there is
no evidence to indicate
this had happened.
I'll cut through your words!
Easy. Easy. Lemon Stevie.
I have evidence. The abrasions left on the window frames at the gym and the lab.
Were those scratches from when the rope was tied to the window frame?
Nothing else would make sense.
Just tying the rope to the frame wouldn't cause so much damage. The rope that was tied to the frames must have been weighed down significantly. The frames didn't break, but they were left with distinct marks.
Those scratches are proof that you used a rope to carry the body to the windowsill.
Oh? What's wrong, Kirumi? What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? Hey, what's wrong? Hey, 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 hey!
I love him.
Is Kirumi quiet cause that's what happened?
Indeed.
Please answer us, Kirumi. Shuichi is doing this for your sake.
If it is for my sake, then it would be much easier to forfeit. But I cannot allow that, because I must do this for everyone!
That bird gives me chills every time. For everyone.
I have a duty and a responsibility. I must serve everyone and protect them. So I refuse to surrender. They won't forgive me if I do.
What a disgusting trial. I love it. Where is this coming from? The response seems genuine. So what did you mean by everyone? Should I take this for all our sakes? No, I'm wrong again.
Hey, Kirumi, who exactly is this everyone you're talking about?
Kaito?
I've just got a weird feeling about this.
He's asking the right question, though.
When you said everyone, felt like you weren't talking about us.
Clearly not.
It felt like you were talking about someone who isn't here.
Someone who isn't here?
Basically everyone else.
Someone outside of the academy?
Hey, do you think Kirumi saw her own motive video?
Huh? The motive video?
That would be incredibly lucky. Now wouldn't it?
You saw your important someone in danger, so you committed murder, right?
Is that true?
What are the chances, really?
I am so sorry for making such a mess.
You lying piece of shit.
Because of that, I made all of you assume something unnecessary.
Unnecessary?
You saying I'm wrong? This everyone you're talking about?
It is all of you, of course.
Yeah, sure.
Really? Do you swear to a tour?
Yes, really.
Hold on. I can't see, goddammit.
So please believe me. I am not the culprit.
Oh, that's funny. He almost portrages through the fucking podium. Oh, that's hilarious.
I do not care what becomes of me, but I will not allow any of you to die. Because I made a promise to Kaede.
No, it's not a promise to Kaede that you...
She wished for all of us to escape together.
You will still betray that promise, though.
I want to fulfill my duties as the ultimate maid. I wish to serve everyone.
But you're already doing it.
So please believe me. You have to.
Oh, thanks, I'm fine.
Kirumi?
Are we totally sure Kirumi's the culprit? Maybe it's someone else.
This kind of deception kind of reminds me of Third Trial, second game. Anyone? Just me? Okay.
Are we sure Kokichi isn't the culprit?
Ah, shut up.
How rude.
Gonta just can't believe Kirumi would kill Ryoma.
Seriously, it reminds me so much of the Third Trial in the second game.
Kirumi's breakfasts were the best. She always treated us so well. She really is like a mom.
Perhaps it was after she gained our trust that she saw her chance to strike.
You really are screwed up.
Screwed up from head to toe. Even through your clothes, I can tell.
Shuichi, please reconsider suspecting me as the culprit. You only suspect me because I was at the gym during nighttime yesterday, correct? But you cannot accuse me of being the culprit with that insufficient proof. It is still possible for Maki and Kaito to have gone to the gym. They do not have alibis. They could have pretended to help Himiko, but secretly prepared the murder.
When you put it that way, it does seem possible.
We can't accuse Kirumi just based on our alibis.
Guys, maybe suspecting Kirumi is wrong.
Yeah, maybe we should think it over one more time.
No.
I made a promise. As the ultimate detective, I made a promise to seek the truth. I made a promise to Kaede, so I'm not turning back now.
I'm scared that they have to accuse one of their friends of murder. It's up to me. I have to do it. I use my detective work to prove it.
So you still believe I am the culprit?
But of course.
But there is no evidence to indicate that I am—
No, there is. I have proof that you're the culprit. I realized it when we determined that the ropeway was used to move the body. If it was indeed Kirumi who moved the body with a makeshift ropeway, then the final clue falls into place.
Is it time for argument armament? Or armament argument? I always keep forgetting his name.
The final clue?
The damning evidence that proves Kirumi is the culprit.
Shuichi, won't you please tell me why you are so desperate to pin me as the culprit?
Because I wanna leave, because I wanna keep the promise to Kaede, and because you suck because you're like a piece of a wank.
Don't you want to protect everyone?
I'm doing this because I want to protect everyone. Shuichi.
Then you're wrong. Your deduction is all wrong.
Your words aren't going to convince me now. Not when I know the truth.
All you care about is your own reasoning. You don't even listen to others. I can't bet everyone's lives on a deduction made by a self-righteous brat. You can't save anyone!
No more doubts. I'm confident I'm right. I'm going to present everyone to The evidence that proves she is skilled. Okay, where is it? I think I might have gone past it.
This is it! The piece of black fabric in the pool. That's the final clue that proves you're guilty. It's been bothering me for a while. I couldn't figure out what it was. I thought it was just trash at first, but I couldn't dismiss it entirely. Now that the class trial has come this far, I know for certain. It's an important piece of the puzzle. Because, like the inner tube, it's evidence the culprit couldn't dispose of.
Huh? Why not?
Using the ropeway, you could slide the inner tube from the lab to the gym. But how would you control it? If it kept sliding and hit the window, the momentum would have thrown the body off. To prevent that from happening, the culprit needed some way to adjust the speed. For example, the culprit could have used their hands for friction.
Yeah, so what? You're still wrong. Your logic is flawed.
Kirumi, why are you becoming increasingly erratic?
There is such absolute beauty in trying to fight against the truth.
What? Truth? That black cloth is just trash. You can't prove I'm the culprit with just that!
No, it's not just trash. It's proof that you're the culprit.
Finding out how the black fabric fits into this is the key to everything. I'll make it all clear now. Argument armament.
You are incorrect.
This is gonna be funny because compared to Guidance, which was quite tame, this is gonna be
true?
incredibly lewd.
That is just your empty deduction.
I've
You
been
continue to
all out
confuse
with
everyone.
the fan service in this game. And I love
You
it.
are incorrect.
Some people might not like it,
What is this truth?
but it fits me, so whatever.
In this class trial, everyone's life is at stake! Because of your self-righteous truth, everyone might die! In this class trial,
Yeah?
everyone's life is at stake! Because of
I'm-
your self-righteous truth, everyone might die! In this class trial,
Oh god.
I
Finale.
completely understand your reasoning. But I will never accept it. It seems you wish to pin me as the culprit. You do not have any evidence. You are only
Whoa.
providing us with speculation. You only wish
Almost
to
missed.
protect everyone. Why must you interfere?
Because I'm also
I
trying to protect my
completely
friends.
understand your reasoning. But I will never accept it.
That's pretty sad.
It seems you wish to pin me as the culprit. You do not have any evidence. You are only providing us with speculation. I only wish to protect everyone.
This is it.
What does that piece of trash prove?
Get him his gloves.
It ends here!
Hell yeah. Nice body.
The piece of fabric came from Kirumi's black glove.
Kirumi's glove?
If the culprit were slowing their descent by grabbing the rope with their hands, there would have been a lot of friction, easily enough to cause rope burn. But our culprit was smart. They weren't burned because they weren't barehanded.
Yeah, the culprit had gloves on. One got all torn up from the friction
And it fell into pool?
From what I remember, the only one who wears black gloves is Kirumi, right?
No one even wears gloves other than Killer.
The gloves on your hands now. I take it they're from your dorm?
Well, they're not exactly gloves, are they?
The extra uniforms in our rooms are made of the same material we're wearing now. We can test my theory by comparing the fabric scrap with your glove.
Well, Kirumi? Will you allow us to compare the black fabric we found in the pool with your gloves?
It's more robotic anyway.
Huh? What's the matter? Why are you sweating so much?
Kirumi, what's wrong?
In the end, I'm just like them. I'm scared of revealing the truth. Because it means that someone has to be sacrificed. But kind of a scared too. Shouldn't let that stop her. Should that things through to the end. I faced the truth and doubted it, and kept thinking and kept going. This very led me, and I won't turn away from it.
I will show you the truth.
Closing. Oh, this is gonna take a while. Friction on the glove. Friction on the glove. Handcuffed victim. Piranha's warming tank. Carried the rope. What was used to transport the body on the rope, right? Right. Jim's window frame and rope. Ah, sugar. Rubber inner tube. What was used to transport? I mean... should have seen it. Huh. Can take it out of the frame. Around a tank lid. Metal handcuffs in the water. And the last piece of evidence. Hanged inner tube.
This is the truth of the case!
Like I
The victim's body was found this morning during Himiko's underwater escape act. When we saw the piranhas in the tank, we thought that Himiko's escape failed. Of course, it was all part of the act. Himiko's escape went perfectly. But when Angie opened the curtain in front of the tank, we saw Ryoma with piranhas swarming around him. Before any of us could react, the piranhas devoured Ryoma's body. And all that was left were his bones and the handcuff.
Sorry.
That horrifying sight was the finishing touch on the culprit's own twisted magic trick. The culprit obfuscated the time and place of the murder, implicating Himiko in the process. In truth, the crime began last night, around 8:55 p.m. While preparing for the show in the gym, the culprit had a chance to be alone. It was then that the culprit used the ladder to reach the piranha tank and removed the glass lid to put inside the tank. They used it as a partition to force the piranhas to one side of the tank. Next, the culprit took the rope from the stage wing in the gym and used the ladder once more, this time to climb up to the gym's window. Once there, they opened the window and tied one end of the rope to the window frame. The rope was then thrown out the window toward the pool. These preparations were key for the culprit's elaborate plan. At nighttime, past midnight, the culprit asked Ryoma to meet at his lab. All the pieces were in place. The culprit was ready to murder. First, the culprit knocked Ryoma out, probably striking him from behind. Then, they put the handcuffs from the shower room on Ryoma's wrists. And shoved his head into the sink filled with water. From the water and the pain of drowning, Ryoma should have woken up and struggled. The culprit anticipated his resistance, which is why Ryoma was handcuffed. The struggle left scrapes on the cuffs and sink, but in the end, Ryoma succumbed. Ryoma was dead, but the culprit's plan had only just begun. They removed the cable from the tennis net and hung it from the window facing the pool. And then, at the pool, they connected the wire and the rope from the gym window. They returned to the lab after picking up one last thing. The rubber inner tube that was in the pool's tool shed. Once back in the lab, the culprit pulled the cable, bringing up the rope. They pulled until the rope was taut, then tied it to the lab's window frame. And thus, the gym and the lab windows were connected by a single rope. After making a hanger of sorts with another length of rope tied to the inner tube, they hung the inner tube on the rope connecting the windows. That's how the culprit created the ropeway that was used to move the body. An impressive premeditated murder, but the culprit made two crucial mistakes. The culprit got on the inner tube with Ryoma's body and slid toward the gym. With the height difference between the windows, they would have built up quite some speed. To avoid crashing through the window, the culprit used a brake. They used their own hand to grip the rope and slow down. That would have caused significant rope burn had the culprit not been wearing gloves. But due to the friction, part of a glove tore off and dropped in the pool. Regardless, the culprit reached the window and put Ryoma's body into the piranha tank. The glass pane not only kept the piranhas and the body separated, it also kept the piranhas so close together, they concealed the body. After that, all the culprit had to do was untie the rope and the inner tube. But that's when they made their second mistake. One end of the rope came loose, and the inner tube dropped into the pool. Thus, the culprit was forced to leave two key pieces of evidence, the fabric and the inner tube. They couldn't retrieve the evidence because of the rule against swimming at nighttime. And that's the whole story. Am I wrong, Kirumi Tojo? The ultimate maid?
Oh, that's it. We're finished.
Kirumi, that's the conclusion I reached. Do you have any objections?
This is very, very unfortunate, Shuichi. My pride as a maid demands that I fulfill every request that I receive. But to end like this...
Does that mean you admit it?
Kirumi...
Why use your own gloves, though? The warehouse should have had plenty.
There weren't any. Obviously, she would have used them if they were available. Jeez, Monokuma provided everything but the gloves. That's pretty sadistic. But thanks to him, at least the game became way more interesting.
So, it's decided.
This case was decided the moment someone, who shall not be named, opened their big mouth.
But we don't know that. Maybe the real culprit is someone nobody expects.
That is right. No need to worry.
Oh, Monodem, you're like a mommy taking care of her sick child.
All right, let's go! The heart-racing excitement as the blackened and the spotless finally face off! It's voting time!
Also, voting doesn't make any damn sense unless it's actually an equal amount of voting. Announcement.
Now then, it seems the voting has finished. Let's see the result.
How could you vote for me?
Who'll be chosen as the blackened?
I wonder.
Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
Oh boy. I feel like the game is lagging a bit behind, so I might have to stop. Plus, I'm getting tired anyway. Yeah, I did everything the same. I know what the back road is. It's hint hint, the one I'm on. So yeah, let's continue. I mean, continue.
Oh my!
Okay, I think that'll do. I'm gonna finish up the rest that's still missing audio another day, but for now this will be out. Long day, long stream. Well, I say long, only 4 hours. And 3 different games entirely. But it's been a while, so that's why I'm tired. But yeah, hopefully I'll be able to back into the swing of things, and I won't have to go on another long-winded break. But I don't do anything for like a whole month or anything like that. But for now, this will do. Anyway guys, I'll catch you all next time. And hopefully you had some enjoyment out of this. I'm not sure. Because again, this part of this game, I had to kind of replay. Because the no sound was just bugging me. But yeah, I'll catch you all next time, yeah? Alright. Bye bye.